Alright, here we are with my first painting video, another one of my hobbies, goes along with video games, and today we're going to start painting this samurai bust by White Wolf Miniatures. This is the finished product you've just seen now, and this first video is going to be about doing the face and focusing on that darker complexion that she has on the face. So start out with the miniatures obviously primed already. I've used Vallejo black polyurethane with Vallejo light grey polyurethane primer over the top. This combo's always worked well for me. I've never had adhesion problems or anything. So if you have any questions about the primer, as a lot of people seem to do with that particular primer, feel free to ask that in the comments below. But we're starting off with brown sand. So as I mentioned, she's going to have a darker complexion, so the base color I've decided to go with is brown sand. Airbrushing this at about 18 psi, thinned roughly 1:1 at this point with water, and I'm just laying it on as you should always do, nice and thin. You can see right through these coats, and just moving around, and I'm trying to avoid building it up too thick too quickly in any one spot to try and get a nice even coat. So just keep moving around, and you should be able to see through the first couple layers as you work your way around. You can do this with a brush also as well. You just got to thin the paint right down. It's going to take a lot longer to dry, but you should get a similar result. So moving on next to Vallejo model color Beige Red. This is just, we're going to start working a little bit of that pinky warm tone into the skin. And this is just going to be the first of many layers that are going to go into trying to make the skin a realistic looking skin tone with all the right colors in there. So just speeding it up now, but just showing the process. I'm not trying to get it into the darkest areas where the previous step has gone. At this point, I'm still spraying at a high pressure, about 18 psi through the airbrush, and thinned about 1:1. As you can see, I'm just testing the consistency and the blocked or not blocked state of the airbrush on my hand, which is a habit of mine. The camera work isn't brilliant in this video. I hope you bear with me. Each video should get a bit better as I got a bit more clever with the camera angles. So as the parts of painting this bust go on, the camera work should get a bit better. Okay, next up, golden brown. Now the reason I'm using golden brown as sort of kind of a shadow, kind of a mid-tone, is because it has green in it. Now you wouldn't be able to see that looking at the bottle. But you will see in the video just a little bit of a green tinge to this golden brown, and green is a naturally occurring color in skin tone, so I like to try and work a bit of green in whenever I'm doing skin. I mean, it's usually not, you can't pick up on it with the human eye, but your brain sort of knows it's there, if that makes any sense. So I just like to try and work a bit of green, and as you can see, that sort of slightly green tinge there on her neck. That's coming from that golden brown paint. Alright, just coming in with a bit of flat earth as the deepest shadow color on this face. So I'm just working it in under the chin, and also into the eye sockets a little bit under the nose, but that's pretty much it. It's worth noting too that ever since the red beige, I've swapped to about 8 psi, so much lower because the paint is much thinner. I can't really give you a ratio. It's sort of like you just got to give it a go, but basically the thinner you go, the lower you want your air pressure to be. This is the first highlight too, with model color dark flesh, so she's a darker skin tone, so using dark flesh is one of the first highlight colors. As I mentioned, hopefully the next video or next few videos the angle should improve. I did this all a little bit ad hoc. The whole filming side of it was a little bit of an afterthought. I just chucked my phone on every time I sat down and sort of took a guess at the angles each time. I think I got better each time, but we'll see. As I'm just layering in and checking the consistency, and also getting a bit of dry tip on the needle with the model color dark flesh. Alright, awkward camera angle there. But coming in with a mid-tone, back with our base color, the brown sand. And this is just to tie it all back in together and sort of start to remove... Not remove, but I like to go back and forth usually, because it starts to, especially with the really thin down paint, as it starts to it smooths out the blends and it takes away that airbrushed look to an extent. So back with the base tone there. And now we're coming in with Vallejo basic skin tone as the final highlight, and we're concentrating this on, as you can't see, this has been sprayed from directly above the model, pretty much focusing on her left hand side, looking at her right hand side, if you're looking at her right and above, because that's where I wanted the light to be coming from in this particular instance. You could just point it straight down at the model and let the spray catch the end of the nose, catch the chin a little bit, catch the eyebrows, catch the tops of the cheeks, but I'm just focusing it a little bit more to the left of her face. And we're going to be coming in with a brush in the next video and starting to add all the details and a few more blends and a little bit more interesting shading. So here's just a sped up version of just carrying that on, and here's a bit more of that back and forth, so a bit more of the golden brown. And I just back and forth, golden brown, basic flesh tone, and just smooth everything out and blend it all together. And here are some finished pictures at this point of the results. And thanks for watching. If you liked it, please like the video, comment, and subscribe if you want to see the rest. Thank you.